see you there.
Alright, what's your name?
Roberto. No, I'm kidding, Wilson.
What's your occupation? Like,
I'm
student?
trying to be a doctor right now, but you know, still looking for a lawyer.
So you're a student?
I guess so.
Hi, I'm Matt.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
And what do you do?
I'm an architecture student.
My name is Vladimir Igorovich Sharovar. I'm a computer system engineer in Carleton.
How old are you?
22.
V, age 22, 21.
Okay, so my name is Michael Miller, and I am a new grad at Carleton University, and unemployed currently, I guess.
Okay, I'm Sarah, and I'm a second year architecture student.
I'm Christian and I'm a fourth year architecture student.
You guys have cell phones?
Yes.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yes.
What kind?
iPhone.
BlackBerry.
Google Nexus S.
Samsung.
And what's your data plan? If you have
My
one?
data plan is 1 gig.
And how much do you pay for that day, like month?
Monthly, for my entire plan, I think I pay around $50.
How much is it?
My data plan?
Yeah.
How much
Well,
do you
I'm
pay a
just
month?
unlimited, like, with
How much do you pay a month?
Oh, a month, like $30.
I use Wi-Fi.
So how much do you pay a month?
$25.
How much do you pay a month? I think it's like $60.
How much do you pay a month for cell phones?
50.
Yeah.
30.
Roughly how often do you use your cell phone, like per day, text and phone-wise?
Well, you know, it's part of my life. It's kind of like my right hand, you know.
60% of the kids asked by pollsters in England said they were very addicted to their phone. They say they're easily distracted by their phone, whether it be during dinner or in the classroom. 47% of the teens even said they take their phone with them into the bathroom.
Roughly how often do you use them, like text and call-wise?
A lot.
You had
Do you
like,
want like a percentage?
yeah, no, like ballpark, you know, 100 texts, 50 texts.
A day.
Probably 100 to be honest.
I probably text less than 100, but I probably make one call max a day.
How many
Like,
calls
I
do you
don't
make?
call a lot. She's always
I maybe have around 4 calls a day, and number of texts maybe 50.
6 calls and maybe 50 texts.
I usually text.
Yeah? How
I
many
don't
texts
like-
do you make?
1, 2, I don't know, like 10 maybe.
Calls per day, probably barely any. 1 or 2 a day, and then text is like, I have no idea. 300 texts a day. 300 texts a day, that's a lot.
How often do you use your cell phone in a day? Like text-wise, call-wise?
Maybe
Well, we know you don't answer your texts.
okay, maybe like 7 times.
You text 7 times in a day.
Maybe. Yeah.
Loser.
Well, I know, right?
I'm all friends.
Do you think cell phones have a negative effect on society?
Yes.
Yeah, to a certain point.
Yes, cell phones has negative impact to society.
I wouldn't say negative on our society, maybe negative on our behavior.
Yes.
Yes, I think that they have a pretty negative effect because people don't actually talk face to face anymore. They're only just texting and calling, and you can avoid text and calls or things like that. So there's a lack of communication in society.
Less personal too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm at home, my mom texts me that dinner's ready.
Again, I go to restaurants, and I know Sean, our producer, has some teens, and kids their heads are down. You know, they're not talking with their family. They're barely looking up at the waitress who wants to take their
And that's
their
just rude.
order, and it's like, put the phone down for heaven's sake.
But his phone sucks because it quote unquote sucks. I guess the kid's saying his phone sucks because I will not let him have internet on it, nor does he have Facebook.
I don't know. People like don't watch where they're going. They're always like, no, I'm serious.
Less personal contact, more contact through messaging and not even phone calls, more messaging. So more impersonal contact. Well, what I've seen, I haven't personally seen it, but I haven't experienced it personally, but I see some people, their writing skills have worsened because of the quick text messaging and the abbreviations of words.
I mean, like, you know, when you're like chilling with people, you always like interact with phones instead of like.
Yeah, but negative effects.
That is
It
negative.
is an effect.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Yeah, for you, has it been like more of a positive effect or negative effect, just having a cell phone?
Well, I mean, it's nice to have because like it's easier to contact me, but at the same time, because I lose my phones a lot.
So a waste of money?
It's kind of a waste of money. I mean, yeah.
So your cell phone has definitely had an impact on your spending.
Yeah.
They don't look where they're going.
What do you mean?
Like they always have their head down in their phone, and it's really annoying, and they bump into people, and that really pisses me off. And then it's like you'll see a lineup for like anything, and then everyone's just sitting there on their cell phone, and it's nice because in Europe, I mean, cell phones are big there too, but people like interact more with each other.
Or like, well, okay, I find, say, if you've just met a person, a guy or a girl, like a friend, or if it's a girl you're trying to like pick up, so like if you just met a person, I find there's like a pressure to constantly be texting, or like you're always texting them and talking through text, and then by the time you actually get to go hang out with them, or if it's a girl go on a date, it's like you have nothing to talk about anymore.
Like kids nowadays, they're using those slang terms that they get off text messaging and stuff.
Oh yeah, instead of going down slides and stuff and monkey bars, they play it on the cell phones. Like, come on, man, it's not fun.
What about like productivity-wise? Like, do you find cell phones make you procrastinate and stuff?
Yes.
What about like lack of like romanticism between people? Like it kind of creates like a space, you know, or like between you and your parents. Do you think it creates space between you and your parents?
Like distance?
Yeah.
Matt texts all the time and hardly listens to my conversations. He's always texting. Always.
So that's kind of like.
And sometimes he runs into things. But no, actually though, like people are always texting and they don't listen to our conversations.
Who's
They
even
don't even
text?
realize that you're talking. Yeah, like you.
He doesn't text me.
Well, he's not texting me. He's like texting.
Maybe he's got another girlfriend.
Yeah. So there's a lack of romanticism then. But.
What about like a loss of articulation in young people, as far as like slang goes? You know, like their formal writing and.
Oh, I hate it when people don't write properly.
I don't write properly. Well, like my text, I don't. And
But like the people that write like HRU instead of how are you, it's like
they're
really
not that bad.
Yeah.
But like it leads to like when I'm like writing informal emails to like my parents or like my brother or something, it goes into that too. And then that they don't like that. Plus it goes to like their work email, and then half the time it doesn't get through because using slang.
What I don't like is the constant checking of your phone. I constantly check my phone just in case someone texted me or has called me or something.
You do that, or
yeah.
you just find that other people do that?
No,
too?
I do that, which I don't like.
Cell phones' effects on like productivity within like youth.
Yeah, I see that it is kind of a
Procrastination.
problem, procrastination, yeah. But I think that's mostly in the youth phase. When you start working, or you start actually trying to contribute to society, you understand that stuff does bother you, that does interrupt your work. You're working, and so you kind of try to take it out of your life more. And as you get older, you become less attached to those sort of things.
What about as far as like spreading gossip and stuff?
Over texting.
What do you think like that influences it, like adds to it?
I think that there's like miscommunications that can lead
Yeah,
to
for
gossip,
sure.
but I think if I was actually gossiping about something, I'd probably tell someone in person.
Yeah.
Like you text them and say like meet up. But I think that there's usually a lack of communication and then people get like they take things the wrong way and they think that you're mad and you're not, and like if you don't put like LOL at the end of the sentence, and like they could take it too seriously or not enough emoticons or something.
What about cell phones as it pertains to like fitting in and peer pressure?
Yeah, I can see that. Everyone wants a smartphone nowadays. If you don't have one, your phone's shitty. It's not cool.
What about like loss of articulation, like kids?
You mean like
kids using slang terms and stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in their formal writing.
I think in terms of like phonetics, it's not that bad. People can talk the same way they always do, but in terms of spelling, obviously there's a problem. I mean, like, people use smartphones to check Facebook and their email, and I don't think that my life is so important right now that I couldn't spare like a few minutes on an actual computer that I have to check it right away. Like, I don't think any of my emails are so urgent that I have to respond to them right away. That's what I don't have on my phone. I don't see a use for it.
Do you think people are dependent on their cell phones? Like youth?
Yes. Too much. People are dependent on social media sites more than their cell phones, like updating their Twitter, which is completely stupid. Like, so fucking dumb every hour on the hour, saying like the first thing that pops into your head is if people actually care. And then it's like texting it on their phones just to tell everyone what they're thinking. I don't know. I don't see why people care.
When I'm trying to do my homework, I can't because my cell phone's there. Gotta text people. I gotta call people because they're more important than doing homework nowadays.
Butler University psychologist Carol Hagan says students don't realize how much texting interferes with basic interactions with other people.
And also that it doesn't give people time to incubate thought or relationships.
Dr. Hagens knows some people are afraid to turn the phone off for fear of missing a message.
And then if I have the cell phone on and I'm sitting there and the text message comes, I can't not look at it. That sounds to me a lot like an OCD.
I don't think it's affected my life negatively, but I can see how it could.
So I guess, how have cell phones affected your own life? Like, well, you've kind of already talked about it, but that's more negatively, right? So
They allow me to keep communication with people that are far away, and it's cheap, and I can I think mostly I use it for communication means when I'm home in summer, or like to talk to my friends, or I use it to talk to my parents when I'm here. It's cheap because I have a family plan and things like that. It's like an easy check up on me for my mom, being like, what did you eat today? So that's kind of annoying, but like it's good because like there's always communication there. It's just easy.
Well, how has it affected your own life?
How has it affected my own life?
Like more negatively or more positively?
I would say positively because I get to communicate with people more frequently, and it's much easier for us to communicate. The only negative thing is
the constant checking.
Just checking my phone all the time, and sometimes I just want to feel like I can be alone. No one has that contact with me. You know, it's that stressful feeling of constant communication. There's no way to relax.
Walk around, your face is just glued to your phone, whether it's texting, playing a game, playing around with your app. Like nobody's like experiencing the world around them anymore. They're so ridiculously involved in their cell phones. So is that like a problem, do you think? Yes, I think it's if I had to give an overall opinion, cell phones suck.
Sorry, what is the question? Overall antics.
Well, I'm getting interviewed.
as you were saying, you cannot do your homework?
Can't do homework. Cell phone's more important. I can't help it. I'm addicted.
When I was a kid, we had a rotary phone. We had a phone that you had to stand next to, and you had to dial it. Yes. You realize how primitive? You're making sparks in a phone, and you actually would hate people with zeros in their numbers because it was more. It's like, oh, this guy's got 2 zeros. Screw that guy. Why do I want to? Because now we live in an amazing, amazing world, and it's wasted on the crappiest generation of just spoiled idiots that don't care. Because this is what people are like now. They got their phone, and they're like, it won't. Give it a second. It's going to space. Can you give it a second to get back from space?